So the Soundcore Space One Pro are a great pair of mid-tier ANC headphones that block out a lot of noise, they have a super long battery life, and they have a fun bass-heavy sound signature. However, they aren't as pro as I'd expect because they are missing some fairly common features for mid-tier ANC headphones in 2024-2025. But today we're going to see how the Soundcore Space One Pro stack up to the Sony ULT, which are another great pair of mid-tier ANC headphones for 2024 and 2025. Regarding pricing, both of these headphones retail for $200, but just knowing Soundcore and Sony, I expect both of these headphones to go on sale on a regular basis. Nonetheless, if you're going to pick either of these two headphones up, they'll be linked down below, or you can always press on the YouTube shopping button. And if you want to further support the channel, pick up some merch. We have trucker hats, snapbacks, and shirts, and everything is printed on higher quality products, so they're gonna last you a good while. And by buying merch, that helps us produce more independent versus videos. Thank you to everyone who's bought a shirt or a hat, and let's get subscribed. So first, there are the cases. Now, sadly, the Space One Pro don't come with a hard shell case. Instead, they come with a carrying pouch, and this is one of the first things that don't make these headphones feel pro, because a lot of other mid-tier ANC headphones out there, like the Sony ULT, come with a hard shell case. So if you plan on traveling a lot with your headphones, you are going to want a hard shell case. Now, the good thing about the Space One Pro is that these are fully collapsible, so they should be able to fit almost any third-party case out there. But it's just nicer that the Sony ULT already come with a case. But with the case out of the way, let's talk about the headphones themselves. Now, both of these headphones are well built, but the Space One Pro feel more durable, whereas the ULT feel more premium, if that makes sense. The ULT feel more premium because the tolerances are tighter, these headphones are lighter, the headband clicks into place, and the leatherette on these headphones feels a lot better and a lot more supple than the leatherette on the Space One Pro. The leatherette on the Space One Pro feels very synthetic and plasticky. I also don't like how these headband arms just spring open and closed, and you can also feel a slight wobble when you're handling these headphones. So overall, with just handling the ULT you can just feel that these are more refined. And then there's the fit of these headphones. Now, both of these headphones are big head approved, but the Sonys do have a looser and more natural fit compared to the Space One Pro. Now, yes, the Space One Pros have a firmer fit to them, which could be good for working out, but this firmer fit doesn't feel like they're squeezing your head. But then there's the weight on these headphones. Now, like I mentioned earlier, the ULT are lighter than the Space One Pro, which weigh in at 283 grams, which isn't bad, but they are a little above average for ANC headphones, whereas the ULT weigh in at 255 grams. So with the ULT these are less noticeable when they're on your head because you don't feel them shifting around as much when you're walking around with them on, and they're easier to forget that you're wearing while you're sitting at your desk or while in bed. And when it comes to the earpads on these headphones, both of these earpads have big diameters to them. However, the ULT earpads are deeper than the earpads on the Space One Pro. So if you have larger ears, then both of these headphones should have you covered, but if your ears stick out a lot, then you might want to go with the ULT And in general, the ULT feel a lot less claustrophobic than the Space One Pros. But also, the earpads on the ULT do a better job of staying cooler for longer because they have less surface area coming in contact with your skin, and their padding collects less heat than the padding on the Space One Pro. So overall, from a design and fit standpoint, I feel the Sony ULT feel more premium because they have higher tolerances and their leatherette feels better. And I also feel that they fit better because they have a looser fit, they're lighter, their earpads are more spacious, and their earpads stay cooler for longer. But when it comes to battery life, the ULT have an advertised battery life of 30 hours with their ANC turned on, and they can go for as long as 50 hours with their ANC turned off. Not bad at all, and this is a little above average. But with the Space One Pro, these have an advertised battery life of 40 hours with their active noise cancellation turned on, and with their active noise cancellation turned off, they can go for as long as 60 hours. And when it comes to charging these headphones, both of these headphones charge via a USB USB-C port as they should. But these USB-C ports are strictly used for charging. Unfortunately, you can't use these USB-C ports as a wired connection. However, both of these headphones still have an audio jack and they come included with an audio cable. So you can still use them with a wired connection, and you can use both of these headphones passively if you want. And when it comes to Bluetooth connectivity, both of these headphones can be connected to any two Bluetooth devices at the same time, regardless of ecosystem. So you can easily hot swap from one device to another, which is good if you have an iPhone and a Windows PC. And when it comes to overall performance, both of these headphones have zero latency across the board when watching movies or videos on your phone, whether you're using an iPhone or an Android device. And when it comes to audio codecs, both of these headphones have support for SBC, AAC, and LDAC, which is Sony's own in-house high-res audio codec. Just keep in mind that if you do want to use LDAC, you do have to be an Android user because iPhones top out at AAC. And if you do decide to use LDAC, that is going to take an additional toll on the battery life. But with all that out of the way, let's talk about sound. Now, with both of these headphones, you can always go into their app and you can either select from a few pre-made EQs or you can make your own. But from a performance standpoint, both of these headphones have a lot of resonance in their bass. But the bass on these headphones isn't going to rattle your head all that much. But more importantly, the bass on the ULT Wearer is much better control and it doesn't muddy the rest of your music like the Space One Pro do. And in general, the ULT Wearer do a much better job of sounding more open because these have better detail in the instrumentals and they have a bigger emphasis on the vocals than the Space One Pro. So overall, both of these headphones are good options for people that like a lot of bass in their music, but the Sony ULT Wearer are more versatile than the Space One Pro because their bass is cleaner and better controlled, but they also sound more open and have better instrument separation than the Space One Pro. So if you prefer a more neutral or vocals focused sound signature, the ULT Wearer are going to do a better job of delivering you a better listening experience than the Space One Pro. But when it comes to the media controls on these headphones, the ULT Wearer are using a touchpad, and this touchpad is very easy to use and it's very accurate. But if you don't want to have to deal with the touchpad on your headphones, then the Space One Pro are using physical buttons, and these buttons are easy to find and they have a very nice click to them. Now, the touchpad on the Sony ULT Wearer is not problematic whatsoever, but the physical buttons are always just easier. But something the ULT Wearer have over the Space One Pro is that they have aware sensors. So when you take these headphones off, they'll automatically pause the music, and when you put them back on, they'll start playing your music again. Now, personally, I don't really care for wear sensors on my headphones, but I do find it very odd that the Space One Pros don't have wear sensors, whereas the base Space Ones do. But now let's talk about the active noise cancellation on these headphones. Now, both of these headphones block out an impressive amount of noise for a pair of mid-tier ANC headphones, but the ANC on the ULT Wearer is a little more premium than the ANC on the Space One Pro. But so that you can see for yourself, we're going to go ahead and jump into the ANC test. So like you may have just seen, the Sony ULT Wearer are able to block out a little more noise than the Space One Pro, but it's not a huge difference. But the important thing here is the ULT Wearer managed to block out a little more noise than the Space One Pro while having less cabin pressure, and having less cabin pressure is just going to lead to better overall comfort. Now, cabin pressure on the Space One Pro isn't a problem, but if you can get something with less cabin pressure and block out a little more noise like the ULT Wearer, then you'll want to go with those. And And then there's the ambient mode on these headphones. Both of these headphones have a really natural sounding ambient mode, and you can adjust how much noise these headphones let in, and both of these microphone arrays do a great job of rejecting wind noise when walking outdoors. However, the ambient mode on the ULT Wear sounds more natural when walking outdoors because these don't sound muffled like the Space One Pro do, because the Space One Pro are trying to reduce unwanted noise pollution like road noise, but in the process, people's voices get a little muffled. And a major difference between these two headphones' ambient mode is their easy chat and quick attention. Now, easy chat on the Space One Pro work like this. Hello there. So this is easy chat. Basically, when you start talking, these headphones will automatically lower the volume of the music and pump in all of the ambient sound around you so that you can quickly talk to someone without even to have to touch the headphones themselves. And easy chat actually works very fast. Now, these headphones will stay in this state for a preset determined amount of time, which you can adjust through the app. But unfortunately, you can't manually deactivate easy chat. You have to wait for it to go back to its normal state after you stop talking, like this. Now, Easy Chat is very similar to Speak to Chat, which is found on Sony's more premium ANC headphones like the 1000XM4s and 1000XM5s, but not on the ULT Wear. And personally, I don't use Easy Chat because it's very easy to accidentally activate it, and you can't manually deactivate it once it's turned on. You gotta wait the full 5, 10, or 15 seconds for things to go back to normal. Personally, I prefer quick attention on the ULT Wear, where if you fully cover their touchpad, these headphones are going to automatically lower the volume of your music, and they're going to pump in all of the ambient sound around you so that you can quickly talk to someone without having to remove your headphones. And when you let go of the touchpad, the headphones will go back to normal again. And I prefer quick attention because it's a lot more intentional, and this is a great feature to have when you're flying. And like I said in the full review, I think it's odd that the Space One Pro don't have this feature because the base Space Ones do. But finally, here's the microphone test, and I feel that both of these headphones have decent sounding microphones on them to take phone calls with while in a quiet room. But while in a quiet room, I feel that the Sony ULT Wear has a little bit better clarity, but the Space One Pro focus on your voice a little more. But when it comes to blocking out noise pollution, these headphones are very different. The Space One Pro do a decent job of reducing all of this road noise, because for comparison's sake, if we were to switch over to my lapel microphone, you're going to clearly hear all of this road noise. But if we were to switch back over to the Soundcore Space One Pro, it is severely reduced. Whereas with the Sony ULT Wear, these are really struggling here to reduce all of this road noise. And the Sony ULT Wear really struggled to reduce this chatter as well. Whereas with the Soundcore Space One Pro, these are also struggling to block out this chatter, but not as much as the Sony ULT Wear. So overall, I feel that both of these headphones have good microphones on them. They phone calls with while in a quiet room. But the Space One Pro do a slightly better job of dealing with noise pollution, specifically in road noise. Both all that being said, the Soundcore Space One Pro are a decent pair of mid-tier ANC headphones that give you a big bang for your buck. However, I can't help but feel that these aren't as pro as I'd expect them to be. They're missing a hard shell case, their instrument separation could be better, they don't have voice sensors, they're a little heavier than average mid-tier ANC headphones, and the leatherette feels very synthetic. Personally, I prefer the Sony ULT Wear here because they come with the case, they're lighter, they're more comfortable, they block out a little more noise with less carbon pressure, they have their quick attention feature, and they sound better because their bass is cleaner and they sound more open. If you made it this far, I guess you enjoyed the video, so hit the like button and get subscribed. If you want to pick any of the products up, they'll be linked down below. And if you want to further support the channel, check out the merch. I made some shirts and hoodies that look and feel great. And you know I can be very particular, so I'll only slap my name on something if I'm really proud of it.